at it. We back at it. We back at it. Man, hopefully people hit that note for kill because I told them so many times they never know when we're gonna go live. And then look, we caught them on God, even though it's football Sunday. But we had to do a live real quick.
We got to.
I think people already know our man Jordan. He's out with his family right now. He won't be able to make it.
Shout outs to Pontiac, Michigan.
Yeah, he's out of town right now, so he's doing his thing with his wife. So this one right here, man, I had to hit this topic because people realize people keep realizing that freaking around this space, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, every big social media platform, you see black men complaining about black women.
Yeah.
So my question is, I was like, this topic we had to talk about today. Should black men stop complaining about black women? Because it seems like nothing's being done. All they do is just complaining and whining, just like black women do. So that's why I said let's hit on this topic today.
Brother, when you sent me the topic, I said, hallelujah. Is one in the chamber. Listen, top 5. This is going to be top 5 out of everything because there's a lot of women here who think that we complain about black women here. We don't. And I think this is the topic that we need to talk about, and I think it's necessary. And I want to touch on something that you always say: a lot of black men are weak, and they need to. And mind you, Beyonce said it: stop talking and raise your standards. We here to say, I think black men need to shut up, stop making 60 videos on talking about black women.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's the same old redundant talking points over and over and over and over again. But the problem is, I don't think nobody gonna stop talking about the black women because right now a lot of people are making profit off the black women, talking about them, degrading them, doing what they can. But the funny thing is, they'll talk about them, but they end up dating the same black women. So that's why I'm like, what's the point of talking about black women if you're gonna still date them?
No, you're right. And shout outs to Jabari. Jabari say, how you go live and not tell nobody? Hey, this was a surprise. This is why
Jabari gotta hit that note for Kill Bill because I told you, you never know when we go live. You know what I'm
saying? I want to hit some points that I've been getting lately from a lot of women. And sometimes I think that maybe this is the evolution of the podcast. We still firm in our beliefs that a woman's supposed to submit to her man and to be a good woman. And we would like a woman of days, a woman of old ways. But we do understand that in this climate we're living in here, things have to be changed. And I do think that men are getting into a lot of chatty-patty conversations.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? We complain about a lot of this stuff, but nobody's doing nothing to fix it.
No.
Nobody's coming up with solutions. Why we don't have a singles mixer? Why we don't pick the women we pair up men to do that? A lot of us coming on here, you say that we're not going to disrespect any other podcast name. This is not what we're doing. Fam, 2021 was the year of talking about black women, putting them down. 2022, we uplifting our sisters and marrying them. I've even got criticized and confused with other podcasts on that. When we only promote marriage. We only promote this. We just want our sisters to get on the same queue. So,
but it seems like they don't. It seems like the man not trying to get on the same queue. That's what I'm saying. Is there any form of solution? Because men's supposed to be solution based. If we constantly doing videos degrading the black woman, so it's like is that a two thing? Is either we're gonna date outside our race, stop dealing with them, period, or go outside the country and do what we gotta do to get wives or a girlfriend, whatever we're trying to get. But it seems like men's not really trying to do that. It seems like they just want to go online, complain. To be honest, I'm tired of it. To be honest with you.
Listen, you are right. Listen, there's an antidote. Okay, look at this from this perspective. if somebody has a headache, when we go to the store, there's 60 different companies that sell pain medicine. You got Tylenol, you got ibuprofen, you got this. So there's a bunch of different solutions to this problem. Me personally, I don't think black men should go out the country. You should go out the country if that's your last measures. I don't think black men should be dating out the race unless that's your taste. You feel me? I think that we need to come together with our black women and work out what differences we is. Because here's the point on this. We can point the finger at all the black women and not and telling them they're the problem, but we have issues as well that we're not trying to fix as well. This thing has to be unilateral. If she does something, I'm doing something. This is a bargaining system. There's some shit you see what I'm saying? There's some shit you niggas do ain't copacetic. A lot of you niggas are broke and dusty, and mind you, no other race is taking broke black men but black women. Oh Lord Jesus, I done said it. What other race you know pick up more broke niggas than anything? Yeah, you got a few white girl peppers who might get a black man off the street, clean him up, give him a haircut. But as far as building a black man up, only black women. It's foreign dealing with a black man and his ill-gotten ways, only black women. It's foreign coming to the table with no money, no down payment, no education, no nothing, black women. You have black sisters, black mamas who accept their brothers for being the pieces of shit they are. Listen, it's a whole list of this stuff we can talk about. But who are we to have the nerve to criticize a woman? We can criticize, listen, we can have an opinion about our women to tell our women, hey, sister, there's some things you're doing that's not working with me. And we could try to come together and bargain, baby. Girl, you know I like you wearing that sexy stuff some nights. And she could say, why don't you work more? There's no wrong for a woman to tell you to work more. If you a man, you got to go out there and hustle. If you say you want to be the head of a black household, you got to go out there and hustle. You got to go make that money. If you want this thing to be traditional, you got to pay bills and don't complain.
Yep, facts. You know the crazy thing is, the argument we were having today, or discussion we were having today, you know they had the same discussion back in the 60s. Women and men were still having the same talking point, the same conversation. So that man, this has been going on over 60 years. Of men keep talking about black women and they found no solution. Or black women talking about black men, they found no solution. It's just it's the same old redundant. So I'm trying to think, Hakeem, would it still be going on when we up in age? When we in our 60s and 70s, will you think they'll still be having the same talking point?
It's still gonna go on because all skin folk and kinfolk. Because you want to know why? You'll have a small group of people who might get it together. But for the majority, everybody wants things their ways. And the problem is we're going through a power struggle. Women got to understand you can't control the relationship. Men have to understand you can't control the relationship. If you're the head of household, that doesn't mean you're a dictator. That means that you was voted in to be a leader. You could easily be taking out your position at any time. Now, even as a leader, you are subject to scrutiny.
Yeah. Subscriber. Hello. Thank you for coming into the show, man. You see, we got a new subscriber, man. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell because you never know when we go live. Normally we go live each and every Sunday, 7:30 Eastern time. But today was something special because we got a lot going on later on tonight. So that's why we hit live. But normally we go live 7:30 Eastern time.
7:30 Eastern time. We did just the early cook up. That's our boy. That's our boy with the ADOS movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay Prince. Not Jay Prince. JP.
JP. Yeah. Shout out to JP. So we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, how we need to just stop complaining about black women and just start making a move. And listen, I'm challenging all other podcasts whose main topics about black women. What are you going to do as a solution? How are we going to fix this? Are we going to keep talking about black women? Are we going to keep posting videos? Or are we going to try to put it to a point where we can get it to the point where we start getting a lot of these women married again? Can I tell you something, brother?
Mm-hmm.
Our sisters could be rude, could be unyielding, but if the right man comes along, she can change her ways. Because one thing that we can use as a tool, but a lot of men don't want to do this because we're very impatient, is time. Time can fix anybody.
Yeah.
Time can turn a woman to submissive. Time can make a man a leader. Time can change a woman's thoughts about some things. Time. How you utilize time is the most serious thing in your life.
And I brought up an argument, a discussion with somebody. Literally, I was on somebody's panel, and I brought a discussion, and I was telling them how the fact is, the women today are mimicking the man. Prime example: when the man complain, the woman complain. When the man try to uplift himself, the woman uplift himself. The woman is a prime example of the man. So if the man stopped complaining, I mean the black man that is, if he stopped complaining and start being more solution based, why is women gonna start being more solution based? The problem is today in society, especially when it comes to black men is complaining on a hard time level. We complain about how a woman not cooking. We complain how the woman not cleaning. We complain how the woman don't want marriage anymore. So it's like, okay, if we don't complain, at the end of the day, like you said, what is the solution? To be honest with you, Hakeem, I think we don't even know how to create a solution or how to make a solution at all. I think that's one part of it I think we would never learn how to do was how to create a solution. We don't have any when the conversation get brought up.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I would just want my brothers and sisters to try to work what they got going on with their women. Let me tell you something. The beautiful thing about being black is the uniqueness of who we are as people. You feel me? And when God made his woman in the version of us, our woman is just as swagged out as us. Our woman is just as gangster as us. You can't imitate that. No other race. Them other races are fit for their men. And a black woman are fit for their men. And mind you, the most downest woman I've ever met has been a black woman. And I'm not knocking any other woman race. I say them women might be down too. But I'm just speaking for a woman who the most sexiest thing is to you spitting a rap lyric and the woman is right behind you like she knows it too because she's in your vibe. You feel what I'm saying, brothers and sisters?
Facts.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Facts.
And you see this and you say, how are you not going to work out with somebody that's built just like you, who's similar to you in very other ways? How many black women in the 90s was giving their men their income tax money so they could re-up on their pack? Talk to me, people.
I never heard nothing like that. What were giving their income tax in the 90s?
Yeah, women was giving up their income taxes to get their black drug dealer boyfriends a pack. Women was letting their niggas drive their cars, letting their niggas do this and that. And we're talking about the stand-up black women who don't get talked about. Black men were never high like this. A lot of you podcasters are never high like this. I know this because I've been a recipient of this. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say that my success has nothing to do with a black woman. A lot of black women has invested and has been involved in my success. There's some women who I credit today to a lot of other things that I've done. Helped me with schoolwork, classwork. Who when I was broke, who was there for me. Nigga, the black woman is God. I don't give a fuck.
You said that. You said that.
The black woman is God. I don't care how much problems we got. We gonna get this shit right.
I agree.
I'm just begging my sisters, come home and work with us. Baby girl, I'm not big-headed. I'm not trying to be your dictator. But I don't want you to have your foot on my neck either. What can we do to get back how we was before 1970? Queen, I love you. I love the bonnet. I ain't never had an issue with them bonnet. Those them uppity niggas. I didn't care if you was wearing bleach stains going to Walmart. Give a fuck about that. Those them uppity niggas. The everyday man love his black woman just the way she is. We wouldn't do nothing to change y'all.
Facts. But I would say you gotta look up remember everything. You gotta look up history. History, man, in the early 1950s and 40s, you see, man was more solution based. They find an issue, they try to fix it. Remember at that time we had a lot of black leaders. So a lot of black people were trying to fix things within the community. And now prior to our generation, we don't have those type of leaders. Now there is a small group of leaders, but a small group of leaders not teaching the young man on how to be solution based. So guess what? Now in this generation, we have a generation of complainers. And when you have complainers, what's gonna be the end result? Nothing get resolved, nothing gets done. We just gonna have more and more complaints. I think that's what they are sick of the man. Especially black when you see this, because all they say all we do is whine and complain, and they're right. We're not supposed to be whining and complaining. We're supposed to be. So if she's not ending our program, we supposed to be like end it and find someone that's gonna be down for our program. But we don't do that.
Facts. No,
we want to sit and mind you, social media. Everybody goes wrong. People jumping on Twitter. They're jumping on Instagram, they're jumping on Facebook, and they're writing their thoughts instead of going to their significant other and try to find a solution and say, oh, okay, how can we better relationship, or how can we make each other grow? They won't do it.
Let me tell you something, brother. You're hitting some powerful points. When I say powerful points that needs to be said, we're not solution based. And here's the thing: black women are not mind readers.
Nope.
You feel me? And the worst thing you can do is to go to public with issues that needs to be kept in house.
Facts. Yep.
What the fuck your mama and them and your friends from high school need to know what you're going through with your husband. You've been married to your husband 4 years. You've been out of high school damn near 7. You posting on Facebook, Instagram, oh, I'm living my best life. No, your best life is getting right with your peoples.
Facts. Yes, sir. That's a real shit, yeah, boy. That's real.
Yeah.
Real talk. And mind you, there's people right now, they doing 5 to 6 hours live stream complaining about the black woman.
Oh my God.
Literally. And I literally be listening to it because I'll be like, okay, let me see if there's going to be any form of resolution. And it seems like it's not.
Hey, I wonder when them niggas do them long lines, do they get time to take a piss? As much as you talking? Or do they got the piss bucket right between their legs as they disrespecting the black women? Yeah, boy, these girls out here ain't playing.
They're not. And I'm seeing the live stream, and I'm seeing black women in the comments. I'm looking at the comment. I'm just looking at the comment, and you can see the disrespect the women have for these men, because like, okay, because remember, men not supposed to do stuff women do. Women are supposed to complain. You get what I'm saying? So when they see a man complaining, it takes women out of the element. So they think, okay, that man is feminine. That man is soft. That man don't know. He have no form of leadership. So in my mind, I'm like, why are these men doing it? Do they know that they're literally embarrassing black men at the end of the day? But they complain about the black woman.
No, 100%.
Now, you could bring certain situations to the forefront. I think you should. like something like you already know we did one about the eviction in the black community when it comes to black women, like stuff like that. It should be taken up notice. However, if there's no form of solution, it's like, what's the point?
Let me tell you something. My brother, and you say this, and I love your points, and I love the commentary you give, because what you're saying is just all facts. Black man, you need to get yourself together, fuck nigga.
I didn't understand that.
I'm like,
you got Google talking about
that Google said, I'm gonna be the first one to say that. Black man, you need to get yourself together, fuck nigga. You need to stop hating on dark-skinned women, fuck nigga. You need to stop thinking that other races is better than black women, fuck nigga. Your mama look like a chocolate drop and you disrespecting the queen. Ho ass nigga.
It's real talk.
Yeah, the amount of bullshit that we put women through, only a black woman has the nerve to ever deal with us. Or the patience. When the last time you heard one of our queens get up on the phone, hey, come get Taekwon over here. He just put his hands on me. She's fighting your ass back, then calling her brothers.
That's true. Facts.
I've never in my life heard of a queen making a false allegation on a brother. I've heard other races done that. But we sitting here talking about black women though. We sitting here saying that they don't want to commute. They wearing fake hair. They doing this. What you think the mother hoes is doing?
Think about it, King. Do you ever see a particular race? I never see the Jews go in all about their women.
Never.
I never see the Asian go in about their women.
Never.
Even white men, I don't even see they go in about their women. They very secretive with it. Now, there's some that do it. Like you got the Andrew Chase of the world. Sometimes they do it, but it's very, very small. But it seems like our group, the black community, we go in about our women and we do that shit loud and proud. That's why they don't respect us, man. They don't.
They don't. Listen, the hatred that we was taught is so prevalent that it spews in our pores. That's why we so easy to talk bad about our own mama on Facebook.
Yeah. Yep. We do.
That's why it's so easy to disrespect the woman who you had kids with and call her a hoe, a bitch, she a mutt.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. White folks, Asians, they go through the same thing. They just know a little bit better not to publicize their business. You know what they say? That's in-house shit.
Yep.
It's some white boys who wives them and cheating on them for years, having babies with other niggas, and they take care of their kids, and you never know because they know how to keep their mouth shut.
Yep.
I'm challenging black men to keep your mouth shut about your black woman. You hoe ass nigga.
I don't think they can do it.
I'm challenging. And let me tell you something. There's another point I want to touch into. A lot of black men have an issue of praising their black women. You want to know why we need to praise black women? I'm even scared to say this, but I'm even the person who noticed. Black women has been oppressed, and I'm not saying it's just to play games with you. They've been oppressed and somehow been able to magically make things happen. Let's give a shout out to all the single mothers who have been able to make progressive black men. I want to give a shout out to Jordan's mother.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a shout out to Jabari's mother. I want to give a shout out to JP's mama. I want to give a shout out to all the black mothers who had to make the sacrifice and to endure the disrespect, and who did this in silence and not have ever been acknowledged and never even asked for no cool points to do this.
Facts.
It's women out here doing God's work and you fuck niggas can't even understand.
Yeah.
Now
don't get me wrong. I agree, Hakeem. There is some fucked up girls out here. Don't get me wrong. There is some fucked up black women out here.
No
taking. But the one we're talking about is the one that we're talking about the one that actually want to build a family and want to build a community. Those are the one we're talking about. And that's the thing. And they putting those women in the bunch with the fucked up black women. We're not talking. That's the thing we're having issues with.
Basically. And this is for a lot of you niggas who talk bad about black single mothers. We know, we understand the statistics of how this shit work, but not all of them are like that. Shaq is a prime example of a man who praises his stepfather. He wasn't raised by his dad. He was raised by a stepfather. A man came in and changed his man's life. And I say this, I applaud men who have the strength, the determination, and the selflessness to come in and do something that another man won't do. Yep. A lot of men ain't able to walk in your shoes. And women, you need to praise that man who's willing to do that and understand the position you put him in. Some of y'all not even giving these niggas lenient. Some of y'all not even giving these niggas kids. And they coming in and raising y'all kids. Yep. We understand that mindset. Our bloodline dies with us, but we give you the knowledge, the power, the wisdom, and our finances and our legacy over to you.
Yep.
I'm just asking men, let's start talking about solutions now. Let's start talking about bringing our women together. Let's start talking about, hey, what can we do to attract our sisters to do this? Black men, are you taking your IT credit course this week to get you a better job, to make you marketable to a woman? Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. It's the same way where we telling women, hey, we complain about women being overweight and we telling them to lose weight. Nigga, are you getting your money together, nigga? If she wants to stay, you want her to bust it down and put 3 kids, can you afford?
Preach. You preaching, bro.
I'm just saying, a lot of people might not like it. Because you want to say, they say you pandering. I ain't never been a pandering nigga. I just understand the situation that we in, because Ronnie, let me ask you, Mustang, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you notice that we're more being separate? We're separating for each other more and more, right?
Right.
And where it's coming to a point where, like, it puts us into a position where it makes us feel like, okay, hey, it's not even like, are we just gonna be a bunch of single black men and black women out here having just casual sex and not building no families behind it?
Yep. And I think it's planned. I think it's an agenda. I think it's been planned from the get-go. Of course, it started since the 60s, and I think it's going to continue to happen into our upon generation, because they already embedded in us to hate one another and to hate our woman. So I don't think it's going to get better. I think it's actually going to get worse and worse and worse. But the problem is, look on the bright side. I think it's a good thing, because eventually it's going to click.
Yeah.
It's going to click, because eventually the other races ain't going to deal with us anymore. Other races are going to really start complaining about us. So then we're going to realize we're going to be the only one out here in the cold. And then we're going to realize we really do need each other. And that's why I think things are going to change.
Listen, other races deal with us on a conditional situation.
Right. But if other races see how, okay, these Negroes continue to complain, they're not really trying to do something, let them out there, let them rot, let them suffer.
We should.
Sometimes suffering is not a bad thing. Suffering could also be a good thing too, because you can actually learn from the suffering. So those that allow certain things to happen. When certain things happen, then we're gonna see the result from it. Because remember, when I say the black culture is a unique culture. It's like we love to suffer. When we suffer, that's when we get it. Slavery, we suffer when we ain't have nothing. We came out of slavery and we said, okay, we gotta be out there, we gotta start building. Then when something happened, we came together and we build again. We build different organizations, we build different families, we build different type of communities. So we built all that through suffering. So if suffering goes, black people won't know how, no form on how to build. My opinion.
100%. But I also love that aspect. I also said we need to get back into the family aspect of things.
Yeah, I agree.
And we need to start having this gigolo, I'm fucking mad hoes mentality. A nigga who fuck mad hoes, that doesn't look good on the nigga record. Getting older. You just a nigga who fuck mad hoe. You a nigga who's possibility gonna be lonely in a nursing home by yourself.
Yeah, and there's another question. And Hakeem, there's another question somebody brought up to me. They were like, how come right now you see a lot of black women running wild? I was telling them, I was on this panel and I was telling them, man created this thing. We created it. The reason why women out here is acting hoish, we created the hoes. We created the hoes. The man.
We set the precedent.
Yeah. Think about it. If we start dealing with the hoes won't be hoeing no more. Guarantee you that. They won't.
That's a fact.
If we start making music about the hoes, the woman won't have nothing to dance to. We created it. The man. The man did it. But there's some black man won't admit that to it. So that's why I say if there's no form of solution based, you're gonna find some form in the woman. Learn that God has given us the responsibility to control everything on this earth. He has given us a responsibility, and we don't even want to take it. It's crazy.
No, you're right. No, you're right. It makes it a lot better, man. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm just pleading with people, man, because we're just not in a good space right now, man. You know what I mean?
No.
And like, and if people understand what we're going through, then they understand like the situation we're put in.
Yep. Social media became our biggest enemy now for the black community. I really personally believe that social media became because now they allow a platform for allow people to speak. Some people shouldn't have a platform to speak, but they're doing it and they're creating a lot of toxicity.
Nah,
and
man.
That's running wild. It can't be stopped.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. And this is a message for the men and the women. A lot of you niggas on there who showing off cars and money, you're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get robbed. And you showboating to try to get you some hoes who you only gonna be able to fuck one or twice. They ain't gonna do nothing for your life. And a lot of you women who on there half naked, dancing on poles, that doesn't attract men. We'll look at you and be like, damn, that ass is fight. I probably could sodomize her.
See, I'll tell you, if the man stopped going on those pages, the woman will cease to exist. But we're not. So
no, we're not.
We're not.
We're lust after these, and it's a small percentage of these hoes who get married, who's on there flashing their body, showing cleavage and stuff like that. You think you're gonna get married like the woman of days? You think
you know how bad it is? Hakeem, you know how bad it is? Like our own sister, I'm talking about the black woman. The black women now today are quitting their job and going on OnlyFans to try to make a bag for the month.
That's the worst thing you can ever do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the way the generation is going. People are quitting their day job. Mind you, making 60, 70 a year, and say, you know what, I want to go to OnlyFans and I want to make money for a week. So that's the crazy thing. I was saying we're creating this. If we just stop with the OnlyFans, which is not gonna happen, but I'm just saying, but start with the OnlyFans, start with all these attention seeking. It was literally sisters, and you'll have better women out here. But it's not gonna happen. It's not. It became a trend, a new thing. It can. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
Preach.
It's getting worse. But I think people already know today wasn't gonna be a really long live stream.
Yeah.
So we just want to speak our mind real quick. Guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Cause you never know we go live. See, we caught you off guard. I was told we went live today. We want to spend time with you guys. At least 30, 45 minutes. So we thank you guys for tuning in on this Sunday. Go ahead, Hakeem.
That's it. We just wanted to give y'all a Scooby snack. This is not one of those long ones. It's just a Scooby snack.
Scooby snack. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But you never know what we got in store for you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Coach Trader, get down. You miss over. See you next week. We over and out. Peace.